seconds to go in the game. Colorado just needs a touchdown. Back goes Stewart, taking a lot of time. Time has run out. Stewart throwing it to the end zone. The ball's in the air. Caught! Colorado scored! The ball was tipped, and the Buffaloes came up with it. Time has run out. Colorado has won the game.
Welcome into Coach Prime's Playbook with the one and only head coach of your undefeated Colorado Buffaloes. I know you're wondering, why did we start with the miracle at Michigan?
Right.
Well, that play lives in Colorado lore, and you know what else does? Saturday's game. There's only 3 times in the last 30 years that the Buffs have come back from a 10-point deficit with 10 minutes left on the clock. Miracle Michigan was one of them.
Okay.
Saturday night
I
is
see.
another one, now part of the Colorado's football history. And your man Cordell there, of course.
That's my man.
Doing that.
But I tell you what, that 98-yard drive was special.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the coolness of Shedeur. And I know you've talked
Yeah.
about this. That's him. He's grown
Yeah,
in your
that's who
phone. We see that.
Yeah.
But to see him do that John Elway, the drive-esque, right? Tom
Right.
Brady-esque. Is there any part of you that's like, darn, he did that thing?
I mean, I'm happy as a father as well as a coach. I didn't flinch. And the guys on the sideline, I saw them getting up saying, Shedeur about to do this thing. I mean, I heard it like consecutively. Shedeur is about to do this thing. They believe in him just that much. And Weaver, the way he's playing, and Jimmy coming up strong on the big catch at the end, and after he had a dismal game, it was wonderful. It really was.
Well, just like Cordell Stewart, Shedeur Sanders, cool as a cucumber under pressure. But this whole team was. Can you kind of take us through what it was like to do that, then do it in double overtime? You talked about the resiliency of this
The resiliency was unbelievable. Now, you got to have wins like that if you want to be great. You don't want that the way, because you want to just go ahead and get them out of there, but you need that as a coach. You need a gut check for different parts of your team as well as coaches, and they gave us what we desired. I mean, shoot, everybody contributed offensively once they got it together. Defensively, they got to stop when they needed, and just taking the ball and wanting to put pressure on the opposing team. That's what we did in overtime. No, I'm not putting the defense out there first. I'm putting the offense out there. I know what Shedeur is going to do, and he's going to put pressure on them.
I like it. Well, a guy that certainly puts pressure on guys, Travis Hunter, who unfortunately won't be able to play for a few weeks. First of all, can you talk us through how Travis is doing, and then the reality of, you said no one can do what he does.
That's a tremendous loss.
How do you go on without Travis for a couple
That's 2 positions you lose, not one. But not only that, just a dog. Leadership and everything that comes with Travis, a certainty that you don't even have to worry about those 2 positions. He has that on lock. When he's absent, it's a tremendous deficit, and we got to replace that with several guys. That's not a one-man replacement. You got several guys, defensive backs, several guys on the offensive side of the ball that we need to get more involved in the offense now that he's gone. Tremendous hit. I don't believe in this gentleman receiving death threats. I don't like that. I don't condone that. If there's anybody from CU, we're bigger than that. We're better than that. This is still a kid. I know it was wrong, but this is still a kid trying to get his degree and be something in life and go pro one day. And we got to understand that's just a mistake, and we all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes, and hopefully we can all move on. And to make an awkward transition, let's move on to who's next. The next opponent. It's time to look at who's next. One of the most formidable foes in the Pac-12. Doesn't need much of an introduction. The Oregon Ducks.
Play action, and Bo Nix taking the deep shot for Johnson. How about that? And he'll bust it. And he is to the house. Touchdown, Oregon. And out there in the flat, and that's Tez Johnson for the touchdown. Whittington, and he's gone. 34 yards. And so the Oregon Ducks are 3-0.
Couple 3-0 teams. Oregon Ducks averaging 58 points per game, second highest in the nation. They're one of 6 teams to average over 300 yards passing and 200 yards rushing. We know they're formidable, but so is their mascot, Puddles. He averages over 330 push-ups a game. I don't know if I do that
that's
many.
A lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. It could throw him in maybe. I don't know. Dan Lanning, I don't know if he can do as many push-ups, but he sure is one heck of a coach. Let's hear what he's got to say about CU.
Yeah, I think it shows resiliency. I think you look at every single season, for every team, right? Teams that have success, there's going to be moments of adversity, throughout the season. You can't flinch, and they didn't flinch in that moment. They had some belief all the way through, and it certainly carried over for them at the end of the game.
They certainly do not flinch, these Colorado
Right.
Buffaloes. Another guy who doesn't is Bo Nix. He's made 49 starts. I'm like, how old is this guy? But when you look at that level, you can't coach experience, as they say. What kind of a challenge is
I love Bo
Nix?
Nix. I got an opportunity to meet him when Shedeur was on a visit at Auburn, and he was a pleasant young man. He was good. Everything was going good. During his transfer to Oregon. I love what he brings to the table. I love the quarterback and the leader he is, and I'm not a fan, but I adore their head coach as well. I think he's a great guy, taking over and really stepping the program up a bit. And I'm all for him, man. He's a good guy. He's great for the game.
When you talk about making it personal, I'm curious for Shedeur. Could it be different this week in terms of we got two quarterbacks now that are thickly in the Heisman conversation? Feels like a personal matchup.
He doesn't care about Heismans. He cares about winning and proving doubters wrong, because people are still saying, well, he ain't play anybody. He came from HBCU. Well, he chose to go to HBCU. I mean, he can't make out the schedule, but he finds something to grab on to make it personal every week. He does.
We always get excited to find out what that is. We got to wait till after the game usually, though, to find that out. And coming up, we're going to take a break. We're going to talk to another playmaker. What I love about this show is each week it's a different playmaker.
I like that.
Because each week it's somebody else. We'll tell you who on the other side.